obviously you went through yesterday with the video and had a little warm down. What did you say to the players?
Yeah, we did. Gave in a new physio, took them for a good warm down. It just meant that we could get rid of their lactic acid in their bodies so that they can recover in time to play Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. We came in here and we always review the game, talk about what went well. They talk about that and what didn't go so well, and then we confirm those things with the review on the video that we highlights that we know what went well as a staff and what didn't go well, and we can show them on highlights. So we're going to be learning all the time, that's for sure. Hopefully they'll pick things up quick. But all in all, we've drawn in the first game of the season away from home at Lincoln. There was a good little atmosphere there, weren't there? So I suppose you come away slightly unscathed. But it just means that you've got to try and get some points in your 2 home games.
Yeah, you mentioned that the players almost mark themselves. You want them to take that sort of empowerment over what they do rather than be told.
Yeah, we want them to take on the responsibility of being better. There's certain, some of them need to work on certain things, and but while they're working on it, they may make the odd mistake or two, which is why everyone makes the odd mistake or two. I'm sure Arsenal were working on their set plays defensively, and yet they still let one in. That's the nature of the game. But what you hope is that they pick it up very, very quickly. And the other big hope is that's why I always say you've got to score 2 goals a game, because someone's going to make one mistake. Someone's going to hit a worldie. Like the lad for Liverpool. Suddenly, there's not a lot you can do about that. So you need to be 2 up so that you win 2-1, if you like. Somebody else has scored a miraculous goal. So we had chances of getting that second goal. That was disappointing for me, that we'd gone in at half-time, only 1 up when we'd created. And that's pleasing that we created so many chances. But we got to start finishing them. But that'll happen because we've got some good strikers here and good players.
You think if that second goal had gone in Saturday, it would have been game over and 3 points?
Well, yeah, because the opposition get a little bit demoralised. They might give it a bit of a go, but what happens is if there's only 1 goal in it in the last 10 minutes, teams throw caution to the wind, and that's exactly what they've done. They just kept, lumping it forward, and the big lad up front was just nodding it down to 5 or 6 runners, and they ended up getting their corner and getting their reward, sort of thing. But if they were to have been 2-0 down at that point, then maybe they still take chances, but you're in credit at that point because you can let one in and still see the game out.
You said 2 points a game is the target. Is it simple enough to say draw your away games, win your home games?
Well, it's very simple, and if it worked out like that, that'd be great. But every now and again you get a nick and away result and be unlucky or not play well in a home game. Let's hope it's not before we get up there. You've got to be up there in the challenging positions nice and early, and hang on in there, stay there, and then the confidence and the supporters' confidence and everything suddenly rises. The bar rises. Everybody's game rises because they're in credit. You've got to get yourself in credit, and I always look at that after 10 games, always.
How important is it to start well at home in front of a crowd that have not had an awful lot to cheer in the last couple of years?
You wouldn't expect me to say it's not important, would you? You know what I mean? Of course it's important, and we want to entertain while we're winning games. I think the lads pre-season have shown they can, as far as we can play. Of course, opposition, when they know that you can play, tend to be a little bit more direct sometimes because they take the football match out of the equation and they start going longer, which means you mustn't give the ball away. Now, we're not ones that are going to have 80 passes every move just for the sake of it. We want an end product. So I think the games are going to be quite exciting because, like at Lincoln, I thought actually both teams were going for it. There weren't one team sitting back and the other. It was a good game, and I think supporters will get their money's worth. I'm hoping this year at the World of Smile Stadium.
Good plug for the sponsors.
Yeah, they said I'll get a fiver every time that I mention it.
How much work have you had a chance to do on Aldershot, given the way that the games come thick and fast?
Well, they're going to be playing at the World of Smile Stadium. We've listen. You've only got a short period of time to go from the last game to the next one. That was why we was in all Sunday morning to make sure that we got things right in here and out there. But this morning we'll be in here again, and we'll be looking at Aldershot's report and their strengths and weaknesses, as I'm sure they'll do ours. And every game you've got to be prepared, and as prepared as you can be. And before every game, I ask the boys, have you prepared? Have we prepared? Have you, so that there's no question. If somebody can't say, well, we didn't do that, do you know what I mean? They get the opportunity to say, well, we've forgotten that, or we haven't done that, or we haven't spoke about that. So because preparation is key.
Did everybody get through okay on Saturday?
Yeah, they did. That's always a good thing, touch wood. And we've had quite a decent pre-season. I mean, Pelly was ill for 3 or 4 days, which is why he was only going to play a half, but I conned him a bit, and he ended up doing well really right into the 70th minute or something, 75th minute. But then he'd given all that he had. He's fine now. And obviously, Rowie had a slight knock, so I couldn't really bring him on as such. But I'm aware of what we need, and I'll be getting things done as soon as I can.
You're looking for a bit more impact from the bench too.
Well, yeah, I think sometimes you want to liven things up a little bit at the end, and if you're bringing on, say, like a midfield player, and I thought both of them done okay when they came on, Asa and Hanksy. But sometimes you want to bring on a fresh striker, so that, because our strikers work very, very hard, and at this stage of the season, they're not going to be able to, like, Amari's been injured for a little while, so he wasn't going to last 90. And then we pushed Billy up, we'd run his heart out, and you bring on a midfield player, whereas really you want to try and bring on a striker sometimes just to cause a problem, and when the defenders are very tired, one of your attackers is nice and lively. And so that was my idea with the other lad, who will pay a fine if we mention his name, and it didn't happen, but I'm pretty sure we'll do something pretty quick.